everyone. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. I'm so thankful that you're with me today. I'm Crystal Fambrini, and this is Rock Solid with me, Crystal Fambrini. Rock Solid started as a podcast where we explored how to live your best, most rock solid life. And now, oh my gosh, we're a TV show. We're a talk show with Sway TV. I'm so excited. This is my first show. Hopefully this is the first of many and you guys like it. If you want to ask questions to my guests, you could join our chat and I'll be sure to read them and ask them. A little bit about myself. I'm a TV broadcaster and producer. I live in Los Angeles. We're broadcasting live from LA, and I love producing stories that are inspiring. I love interviewing, inspiring, amazing people from all walks of life, giving a voice to the voiceless. I have done a lot. I was on Al Gore's Current TV for a couple years. I did a couple hundred short form docs for him, and that was when I really discovered that I love profiling amazing people. I love people who are doing good in this world. I find it to be very inspiring. We need more people doing good, and I like to give them a platform. I also was at Fox News for a little bit. I did KTLA for several years. I was the fashion girl. I had a really popular beat called Stranger Changer, where viewers would submit like that they needed help with their fashion or their friends or their family members. And so we would do like a one-day makeover with them and like get their hair done, get their makeup done. And I actually loved, we did about 60 of those segments. They were super popular. And what I loved about Stranger Changer was how quickly someone could evolve within a day, and how like just by changing their clothes, it really affected their attitude, and that helps them go out and be their best self, which brings me back to Rock Solid. It's all about being your best self. And I've done a ton of other things along the way. If you're interested and want to find out more, you can always follow me on my social media, which is at, twitter.com, Crystal Fambrini, facebook.com, Crystal Fambrini, instagram.com, Facebook Fambrini. I mean, like everything, right? But let's get back to this show. And first of all, if you want to follow us, go to swaytvfollow.com. Once again, that's swaytvfollow.com. Every person that follows, I'm going to do a shout out to you, and I might check you out on social too, right? Maybe we'll be friends, because that's a great thing about these live shows. We can connect, especially now during the pandemic. We all need a lift me up. And I'm looking right now on the chat. Let's see if some people are going to log on. Oh, someone already logged on. This is very exciting. Is this my mom or is this someone else? We'll see. But they say, yes, giving a voice to the voiceless. Yes. Okay, thank you. I love that too. So now I have the most amazing power woman on. She's a power mama. She's a doctor. She is a CEO. She is beautiful. I mean, I met her a couple years ago in Greece at one of the most amazing weddings ever, which we'll talk about. And I had no idea. I thought she was just like this beautiful model girl or mom. I didn't know that she was a Harvard graduate, doctor, and had her own skincare business. So let's welcome her on right now. This is Dr. Kristina Collins. She's coming in live from Austin, Texas. Hi.
Hi. Oh my gosh, that was such a nice intro.
Well, I mean, I was just like starting.
I'm going to call you and tell you to intro me every time I'm like having a bad day. You're like, let me hear the intro again.
Oh my gosh, yes. You're a power mama, power woman, power boss, like just all over amazing. And I love looking at your social media because you're always posting such good takeaways about skin and just about life. Like I just love watching them, creeping up on your social all the time.
Yeah, I feel the same way as you about just spreading positivity and helping uplift other people. So that's a big thing that I want to do on my social media as well, is just spread a lot of positive messages. And then also, of course, as a dermatologist, I post a lot about skincare, which I'm sure we'll talk about some fun tips today.
Yes, and your skin looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, looking good. And I have a couple friends that go to you, and they look so good. I mean, they look solid decade younger.
Yeah.
So your work speaks for itself.
It's amazing. Modern medicine to do.
Yes. So we definitely want to pick up some beauty secrets, some skin tips from you. And thank you so much. You put together a shopping list of your product recommendations, which I am so thankful for. I will definitely be checking out, and hopefully people watching will be checking out, because I can go down the rabbit hole on Amazon on products for skincare and I have no idea. So for you to take the time to put together this list is just awesome.
I totally understand. Actually, even as a dermatologist, I mean, I'm constantly sampling and trying products. And the more products that I try, the more that I realize are out there. There's just so many products. And it can be really overwhelming, I think, as a consumer to just even identify what to put together as kind of a skincare regimen. I think that that's one of the biggest issues that I see is people will come into the office and they have all of these skincare products, right? They bring them in, but then they aren't necessarily working well together because the overall regimen is sort of like a little of this, a little of that, and not really a cohesive sort of skincare routine that would actually help them the most. So that's one thing that I was thinking we could talk about is kind of what would be an overall skincare routine.
That is so good because, like, okay, I'm not excited that I'm admitting this, but sometimes I do get sucked into watching Kim Kardashian or Khloe Kardashian doing their skincare routine because it's pretty amazing. Like, they'll just sit there and then they're like, then I do this product and I wait a minute, then I do this and then I do that. And at first I'm into it, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna look that up, And then 10 products later, I'm like,
right,
I'm not gonna spend $2,000 on this.
Right.
Like,
for $2,000 in like an hour, right? An hour that you don't have, obviously.
So I would love to talk about that. I have my first question on that is, how many products do you think that you need on your face for a daily skincare routine, just in general?
Right. So I would say that a basic skincare routine, which I think is super doable, fast. I know you mentioned I'm a doctor mom, so I'm super busy. I've got a toddler constantly like pulling my pants and like pulling my shirt and trying to get me out of doing whatever it is I'm trying to do at the moment. So skincare for me has to take like minutes max. So basically I would say you definitely need a cleanser. Double cleansing is a big trend right now. You'll hear a lot of dermatologists talking about double cleansing. Basically that just means you cleanse twice, usually with 2 different types of cleansers. So you could use one would be like a micellar water. So like just like a special water that you cleanse your skin with. It's good for removing the makeup. It's really, really gentle. So you could do something like that and then follow with a foaming facial cleanser. They basically feel like, we kind of need this 2-step process, especially as women with, the makeup and everything. So at night, I would recommend a double cleanse. And then
so real quick on that, there are some people chiming in. One person said, the less products on the face is the best.
I don't know that I agree with that.
All right.
Agree with that. Yeah.
And then they also say, I just use Clean and Clear and that works amazing.
So, that's great. I think everybody's different, right? So some people really like to keep their skin routine super basic. I mean, my husband, bless his heart, like never even uses moisturizer or probably facial soap. I have no idea. Wow. I don't ask questions. I don't even want to know. I'm glad he uses toothpaste, but someone like me, I really like the way these products feel on my skin. I enjoy taking that moment of time to like take care of myself and do something good for myself.
So you already just shared like something so valuable for me and hopefully people watching and listening is, so the new thing or the smart thing to do right now is to wash your face twice with 2 different products.
Right.
And so you gave me a product list here. Did you recommend, I see Cerave. I use Cerave to wash my face.
Yeah, Cerave is great.
And it's very affordable.
Good, perfect. It's really inexpensive.
Okay, I like
the
that.
whole brand is good. I mean, really good quality products with that brand at a very low cost. So
question about that. So I wash my face with Cerave, and I'm sure a lot of people watching do as well. Would you use that as product number 1 to wash your face, or do you use something else first?
I would use the micellar water first.
Did you send us the micellar water? Because I'm literally going to buy that.
There's Garnier or Bioderma. I kind of like Bioderma better, but Garnier is a little cheaper. So I think they're both really good.
And it's on the list, on the shopping list you sent over.
And it's just going to make your skin feel really smooth. And especially for the delicate skin around the eyes. Makeup with something really, really gentle is just going to feel better and not, not shear so much on your delicate eye skin.
Okay, but what if like I'm only wearing makeup, and I'm sure a lot of people are like this, like not that much right now because we're in a pandemic, so we're not going out in public that much, but I wear it like once a week. So for the days that I'm not wearing makeup and the people that aren't, you know, wearing makeup, do they still have to wash their face twice?
I would say it would be ideal because, you know, there's still these oils building up on the skin, and there's still just little pores and things that you want to keep as fresh as possible. What's kind of out are using harsh instruments to wash your face. You know how you used to have the Clarisonics and stuff? People aren't really recommending that anymore. It's more gentle, but it's also still cleansing really well.
I love that. Yeah, my mom is an RN, and she has great skin. She's amazing skin. I mean, she definitely looks 20 years younger. Shout out to my mom if she's watching. I have a feeling she is. But she always told me she would talk to her friends.
Your mom. Your mom look a lot alike.
Yes, we look identical. Yeah.
Okay, I think you posted a picture on social media one time, and you and your mom, I remember you guys were like twinsies.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying because everyone's like, oh, is that your sister? You know, and like my mom loves it, but I'm like, still, I don't know. And then it's, you know, yeah, she gets quite a lot of attention. She loves it.
Oh, hot mama.
Yeah, hot mama. But she used to tell me like, you know, be gentle on your skin, because she's like, if you think about it, you know, just love yourself, be gentle on your body, you know, drink water, all of that just made sense to her. So I kind of have lived that mentality or that thought process. So what you're saying, the new thought with skin is to be gentle.
Yes.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm looking at this looks like it's a face wash. Humane Maximum Strength Acne Wash.
Right. So that was a recommendation specifically for acne. If some people are experiencing acne right now more than ever, I think stress contributes. The masks definitely contribute. I mean, I saw a funny meme the other day that it said something to the effect of, I want to shout out to my mask for hiding my acne. Yeah. And I also want to like blacklist my mask for causing my acne. So it's a blessing and a curse at this point, because it's giving us all acne, but then nobody really sees it because we're wearing the mask.
And that's just another stronger argument for washing your face twice a day. Yes. You know, 2 times in the morning and 2 times in the evening, because we are probably touching our face more than ever nowadays with a mask.
Absolutely. And you know, it's really important to take care of your skin under your mask, because if you say, oh, well, whatever, I'm not going to worry about my creams of my skin and everything in the day because I'm just got this mask on, nobody sees my face. The mask itself is actually very irritating to your skin. There's also heat buildup in there. There's moisture buildup in there. There can be bacteria in there. So it's actually really good to have your skin primed with a skincare regimen before you're wearing a mask for extended periods of time.
Yeah. And so I love that these products are very affordable. Like this Humane is under $20. Right. And Cerave to wash your face with is like $15. So this is, I like this. I'm liking this. Okay.
On the acne prone skin list that I sent you, the 3 products that I sent in there are amazing. I mean, if you don't have time to get to the dermatologist and you're starting to get acne, these products are a great place to start with an at-home treatment that really, really work. Actually, one of them on the list, Differin Gel, used to be a prescription. So it just changed recently to be non-prescription. Adapalene is the component that makes up this gel, and it's basically a type of retinoid that's really good for cutting down the inflammation of acne. Using it at night once a day is great for acne prone skin and will help. And this is only
$12.88. Yeah. I can't believe how affordable this is.
Exactly.
Oh my, okay, I'm sold on all this stuff. I'm not even trying to honestly sell this stuff. I know we're on Amazon Live, but like now I'm like, okay, this show, I'm gonna go and buy all this stuff. This is great. I'm so excited. So,
you know, and everything is available on Amazon. It's amazing. I was, you know, in prepping this list with you, I was like looking up my favorite things and seeing, okay, well, I wasn't sure if everything was going to be on Amazon or not. It's like everything is on Amazon.
Yeah. So I have a question with the acne treatment. What about, like, I really don't break out, but if I do break out, you know, because of the mask, sometimes I do, like when I go to the gym and I'm working out a couple days in a row and we have to wear the masks, which is fine, but I'm sweating and I am getting a little bit, my skin's getting more irritated. Should I get this Differin Gel and use it for those times when I am breaking out?
You could, but I actually think that for the active breakout, like to spot treat something, the La Roche Posay Epiclar dual acne treatment cream is great.
Okay.
It's wonderful. It's on the acne prone list, and it's a cream that's really good when you are actively breaking out. It's got a benzoyl peroxide and some acids in it, so it's kind of comes to the acne for 2 different ways and can really help subdue a breakout.
What was that called again? I'm going to look at it.
The La Roche Posay Epiclar.
The La Roche. What does it look like on here? Oh, wait, it's not the ROC. That's something different. What's that? That looks fancy. And that's only $22.
Yeah.
All right, that's so neat. I do see a couple products on here that I do use. So for this block, we have, once again, the takeaway: wash your face twice, in the morning and the evening, and then be gentle on your skin. And then what should we put on once we've prepped our skin and it's all clean?
Right. So in the morning, I would recommend that you have a serum, which is something that you put on before your moisturizer or sunblock. And the serum, the things you want to look out for a morning serum would be things that are protective, things that will protect you from things in the environment. So antioxidants are great components of a day serum. You want to have some heat protection, blue light protection, things that are going to help your skin basically support itself when it's exposed to environmental things like heat, sun, whatever. So after the serum, I would then recommend you could use a moisturizer for the day. If you have dry skin, you will probably want to have that step. If you have oilier skin, you could probably go straight from the serum and then put on a sunscreen. Definitely put on sunscreen every day. A lot of people think that they don't need sunscreen if they're pretty much going to be inside or driving, but we actually get a ton of UVA rays that don't necessarily cause a sunburn, but they do cause a lot of damage just through the windows of the car, windows of the house. A friend of mine actually sent me a picture. She has a UV reactive bottle that basically, if it's exposed to UV, it changes color. So you would be alerted that you have received a lot of UV at that point, and so you need to reapply your sunblock. She had this bottle inside on her kitchen island, like 10 feet away from any window, and it's totally lit up, changed color. It's being exposed to UV that far away from the window without direct light. So we do actually get a lot of sun even in the house.
So when you're talking about sunblock, facial sunblock, you put it on your face. Are you putting it on your ears? Are you supposed to put it on your neck and your
Yes, yeah. I would say anywhere you are exposed to sun.
Your hands, top of your hands. A lot of people forget that.
It's so important to remember the neck and the hands. I can't tell you how many people I have as patients that, they come in, they're like, oh my God, help, because they've done so much to protect their face. Their face is looking perfect. And then we go straight to the neck and chest, and the hands are looking way older because we've neglected them, right? So a lot of these same treatments that we're doing on our face, you can totally bring them down on the hand, bring them down on the chest. There's actually a really good neck moisturizer that I love from Revision Skincare that I use that.
I use that.
I love that stuff.
And I got that tip from you, actually. Yeah.
And I love to put stuff, when I put stuff on, with the self-care element that I like to do, I like to go ahead and kind of do a lymphatic massage at the same time. And I think that's really, really good for your skin, just to kind of like brighten it up.
So when you're talking about doing that, so when you put on the Revision skincare, the Neck to Firm, you're just using like not even a dime size, right? Just a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
It lasts me months. It lasts me a really, really long time. So like this one here, it's a one-time purchase. It's $92. It's 1.7 ounces, but used properly, you use it twice a day?
Yes. Yeah. Twice a day is ideal.
Okay. And how many months, if one person's using it twice a day, should it last? Because I think sometimes people use too much product, and it's important to know like how long it should last for.
I think it lasts about 3 months.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. And then you give yourself a little massage. So you start at the bottom and work your way up.
I do. It's kind of funny. I do this whole thing, but it's nice. It sort of makes me feel like ready for bed, and I rub my cream into my face.
Yes.
I mean, it's so important, like little things like that, they're small, but the way that we communicate to our bodies and to ourselves, like I'm important, I'm taking time for myself, you know, as a busy person like you or like me, these are precious few minutes, right? And so instead of just like slopping it on, I think it's great to really like take a minute, calm down, you know, be a little more meditative with it, and really just like rub it in and experience that. I think it's just about being present, right? And so for me, I kind of take my skincare routine, I try to make it almost like a little bit of just a cool down for me from the day, you know, okay, now I'm resting now, and this is what I'm going to do.
I have a really good girlfriend. She's a therapist, and so she deals with a lot of heavy issues during the day, and she calls her morning and PM skincare routines her goddess time. So like what you were saying about how it's like your, you know, it's your self-love, it's your you time, but she gets all into it. She's like, I got to go do my goddess time now. And then it becomes fun. Like instead of like a chore, like, oh, I have to like wash my face and do all this, like I need 10 minutes. It's like, oh, wait a minute, this is 10 minutes for me. Like total mind shift.
I agree. Yeah.
And then I was using just like 2 products on my face for the longest time. And then in the last 2 years, I've been doing this. I had not been using the serum, right? Am I pronouncing that correctly? The serum. So I started doing that, and then I've been using the neck cream because I didn't realize that that was something that I needed to do or that everyone gets to do. And then I use a facial cream, a moisturizer, or I'll use a moisturizer / sunblock, a 2-in-1.
Right.
Yeah, and then I'll put on my under eye cream and I'll go out the door, and I think it's made a huge difference with my skin. I'm happy with it. I mean,
long term, it will absolutely make a difference in your skin if you can just do like a regimen. So we kind of have the cleanser, we need the serum, we need a moisturizer, a sunblock, an eye moisturizer. I do think there's something to be said for getting a product specifically made for the eyes. A lot of people like, can I just use my moisturizer on the eye? Well, sure, yeah, of course. But some of the eye moisturizers have some brightening agents, things that will help with the dark circles, puffiness, components that aren't necessarily in that general facial moisturizer will appear in the eye moisturizer. So I also think I love having a thicker eye moisturizer because, you know, as we get a little older, as I feel like now that I'm officially over 40.
You look fantastic, beautiful.
Creepiness under your eyes and like little fine lines. And I absolutely hate it with makeup kind of cakes in those little lines. It makes you like look worse after you put the foundation on, you know? So I love having kind of like a thicker eye treatment on because I think it also helps prime for that makeup application. So you don't see, you know, makeup settling into fine lines.
Yeah. I'd love to say, jumping into the chat really quickly, we have someone that says, yes, I can relate. I'm a mommy of 6. A mommy of 6 and only have a little time in the morning.
Oh,
hats off to you. Power mama of 6.
That blows my mind. I have trouble just getting my one child like bathed, dressed, hair brushed, in a ponytail. Like, it takes so long. She's every single time I try to get her to like basically do anything, put on this shirt. It's like, no, you know? And so 6, I just don't even know how you survive.
And you know, I want to take a second to talk about that with kids skincare too, because that's something that fascinates me. Because not only with someone like that, a mom of 6, she's not only having to do her goddess time, which is super important when you're a mommy of 6, but then she's got to focus on her 6 kids and, you know, what's the best for them and for their skincare. So real quick, I want to just take about a minute and just reset, let everyone know what we're doing here, reintroduce you. So if you need to take a sip of water right now, go ahead, take a sip of water, Kristina. Have a little break. Everyone that's watching, welcome. This is my first live show here at Amazon Live with Sway TV. So please make sure to follow us at swaytvfollow.com. I'm Crystal Fambrini, and this is called Rock Solid with me, Crystal Fambrini. And it's all about how to be, how to live, how to just have your most rock solid life, your best self. So we're examining today how to look and feel your best. And I have I consider you a leading skincare expert in the United States. Yes, yes, straight from Austin, Texas, Dr. Kristina Collins. She has her own company, and I'd love to talk about that too. It's called ISDIN Skin, and she had to do some pivoting during the pandemic because you opened up, you went rogue, started your own business, what, like the week the pandemic started?
Oh, girl, it was, well, we opened, it was something else. It was like one of those things, you know, you cannot predict in life the things that are going to happen like this, but we opened our business 1 month before the pandemic. So it was like, you know, that first month, we're just trying to find patients and recruit patients and getting things moving, getting the staff acclimated. And then of course, we have to shut down basically every business in Texas pretty much that was not like even in medical stuff, if it was not immediately life-threatening, you really couldn't do it. So we had to shut down for 7 weeks.
7 weeks when you just opened, when you just decided to make that huge step and have your own business. Were you in breakdown? Like, talk to us about that time.
Honestly, no. I feel like I always trust my intuition, and I've had a deep knowing that it will be fine, and it's gonna, you know, everything's gonna be fine. I think that's also just kind of like my way of thinking. Always like, it's okay, it's gonna be fine. But no, everything's been okay. And we took care of our staff the entire time. We paid them full time the whole time we were closed.
That's amazing. That's great.
Out of our own pockets, and just, you know, kept everybody afloat because, you know, for us, it's really the people are the most important. So we want to make sure that we were just taking care of everybody, and it all worked out. Now we have such a loyal, wonderful staff, and you know, it's what goes around comes around, I think. So I think it's just so important to just respect the people that work with you and keep them as part of your team. Yeah.
And I've seen people from all over visit your place. You know, I've seen influencers, famous people fly in to come see you.
Yeah, they do.
So thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. This is very exciting. And we were just talking earlier in the show about a huge takeaway for me was it's important to love your skin, treat it gentle, but also wash it two times with 2 different products in the morning and the evening for the best skin, for the clean skin. And not only, and think about it as like a meditation. Think of it as your self-love, your goddess time. You know, whether you're a mom of 6, like we have the mommy of 6 that's watching right now, oh, hats off to you. You know, take some time in the morning and evening to love yourself. And then you gave us little recommendations about the products to use. And we were talking about eye cream, and you were saying you prefer a little bit of a thicker eye cream because then it stays on top of your skin. It's a nice foundation for your makeup, so your makeup doesn't get in your creases. And if you're younger and don't have to worry about, you know, wrinkles, does it really matter then? Or is it still important to have like a nice foundation? So
younger people, I think, still might really like to have an eye cream on because younger people might still have puffiness or dark circles. Maybe they stay out later at night. We do, we're older. So they might go more towards an eye cream that might have some caffeine, green tea, some antioxidants and some things to help them with their dark circles. I remember in my 20s, when I worked on Current TV, you know, it was a very young, a lot of young hosts, and we'd have like a 6 a.m. call time, and some of the hosts would be coming in and they'd have these like, what are they like little strips under their eyes? Yeah, because they'd have them on for 20 minutes. And then I'd be like, why are you wearing those? And this one woman, she would take them off and she had bags. And then she'd put the strips on. And then like an hour later, she looked fantastic. So I don't know, that stuff works. Do they still sell those? Yeah, and then when I used to do morning news and had to wake up at 3 a.m. and had like 2 hours of sleep, when I woke up, like driving to the studio, I would put those like hydration, you know, things on. I'm going to add it to the shopping list later. Yeah, do. Yeah. I'm going to buy them. So my mom asked a question. My mom's watching. Shout out to my mom. So my mom is VJFRN is my mom. And she says, do you recommend a facial scrub? That's her question to you. No, I don't. So again, that kind of goes along with the idea of harsh things for the skin. So some of the scrubs just are too grainy. I feel like they're too shearing for use on the facial skin. So I would go more with a double cleanser, gentle cleansers. However, I do think it's great to do something exfoliative, just not necessarily a scrub. So what I would recommend is once a week, up to 3 times a week, but usually more like once or twice, to do an at-home peel as opposed to a scrub. And they have peel pads now that make it really, really easy. You basically just literally swipe this peel across. I put on the list some glycolic peel pads.
Okay, I'm getting those today too. This show is going to cost me a lot of money. Let me look for those. What pads did you put on? Let's see. I want to see this because this is a really good tip.
That was awesome. I raid my bathroom. Like so many skincare products.
Oh, it's the best.
But yeah, I love this because it will keep you looking bright. So,
actually, this isn't going to cost me too much. This is only 24. No. Are you talking about the glycolic acid 20% resurfacing pads?
Yeah.
These are only $24.95.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so this says vitamins B5, C and E, green tea. Okay, so this is what you recommend to use. Okay, so walk us through this. How do you use this product?
So basically, once or twice a week after cleansing, you would just use the peel pad. You just kind of swipe your face with it. It's really easy. Okay. And then you can just continue on and do your serum and your moisturizer.
That's all you do? You mean you just wipe your face with it? That's it?
Yeah.
You don't oh, okay. It's not like, because when you think of, it doesn't say peel, but again, you know, skincare is evolving. But back in the day, I remember we would put glycolic acid on, wait like 10 to 15 minutes, and then you would like have like a film over your skin and you would like kind of take it off. Yeah. That's old school.
So, you know, actually it's okay to do that too.
Okay.
They do sell some really good peel solutions, and I actually put one on the list from the Ordinary, which is a little more like what you're talking about, where there's a solution there that you then take off. Both are fine. I find the peel pads to be easier. Yes. And again, like I have to have it easy. So while yes, I take it as self-care, I really like it to be like 2 minutes, you know? And so if I have to wait 10 minutes with something on my face, you know, I'm not going to do it.
No, I love this. You're on the same vibe as me, and hopefully the same vibe that a lot of women are watching this. We're busy. We want to do it. We want to take care of ourselves, but we don't have that much time. So, you know, these pads, I'm going to use these. This sounds like something I can incorporate into my routine. It's going to take under a minute to do. And you can do it once a week even, but if you can do it 3 times a week, great.
I'll do it a lot on like maybe Thursday night, just knowing if I've got some weekend plans, I want my skin to look really bright on Friday evening or something, then that's a great time to do it. Or you've got a nice an event on Saturday evening, whenever events happen again.
Yeah, we have an event. You have a virtual event.
You got a Zoom call. You did it the night before.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Zoom meeting.
And I have someone else says, I want my Lauren says, this is awesome.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Do you know Lauren?
Which Lauren is?
No, I want my Lauren. I don't know. Maybe she's just watching, which is fantastic. Yeah. This is great. So people that are watching that want to follow you, let's plug you. First of all, follow swaytvfollow.com. We're not done talking, but I hope you come back in the future. Can we talk about more stuff?
I definitely will.
Okay, because I have so many more questions about all of this. This is so fascinating. So please go to swaytvfollow.com so you can keep up to date on when we have her back on. And where can people find you on social media and find your company?
Yeah, so my Instagram is at Dr. Kristina Collins, and my social media for my company is at Austin Skin Physicians. And Crystal, I haven't even told you this yet, but I'm coming out with my own skincare line this summer as launching.
What? Is it going to come out on Amazon? Are you going to sell it?
I hope so.
Oh, we can have a party for that. I'm going to have to fly to Austin and we have to do something special for it. Okay, let's talk about that. What are you doing this summer with your skincare line? What's it going to be called?
Oh my gosh. So it's called Foy, F-O-Y, Foy by Dr. Collins. And it's an entire line where the concept is basically taking the best of like Eastern, more holistic traditions, as well as the best from Western evidence-based skincare ingredients and putting them together in one amazing package. Almost all of my products come in these individual use biodegradable capsules made out of seaweed. So every time you open your product, is like the first time opening the jar. They're not exposed to air. They're not exposed to any oxidizing processes that happen when products are exposed to oxygen and air.
Mm-hmm.
So they are completely fresh at all times. They're also totally portable because, you know, you can just put your little capsules in a little baggie and you're ready to go. Some of the products are for the vulva. So I'm kind of doing a face and
wait, for the vulva?
Yes.
Oh my Lord, this is so interesting. I was not expecting this. You mean I need to do a routine for my vulva?
I like doing a routine for my vulva.
You just blew my mind. I literally don't do anything. Oh my Lord, I am learning so much. And anyone watching in this chat, please let me know if you do anything for the vulva, because this is important to have these types of conversations. Like, women need to talk about this stuff because I have no idea. Now I'm like, what do I need for that?
As we get older, right? As we get older, our skin starts to change down there. There's differences in the levels of estrogen in the cells of the skin. Those differences can make us more susceptible to infection or inflammation, thinning of the skin that leads to discomfort at times for people. So there are sort of these complex things that are going on, like on a cellular level, as we age with the skin of that area. And I think it's interesting, like women's issues used to just be kind of like, oh, we don't talk about that stuff. But
right.
I think more now, people are willing to have those conversations, to not be embarrassed about their bodies, to, you know, not feel like some part of their body is bad or, you know, shouldn't be talked about. So basically just kind of empowering women by starting that conversation and being proactive with the health there.
I love that. I love that. And nowadays with social media, you know, yes, we get to have more conversations like this, and it gives us an opportunity to connect and, you know, to talk to an expert, like a leading expert like you right now. So many people that are watching, this is fantastic. They can go to your shopping list. They can get tips from you. Even if they might not be able to necessarily afford going to see you in person, they can check out this list, and there's products that range from $13 to $25. So that access to information is so valuable. But then on the flip side of social media, you have all these beauty influencers going online using filters saying, oh, look how great my skin is. And you have no idea, it's a filter. So, you know, we have to educate ourselves on that. I've been using filters like the last 2 days. I never used them before. I've never used filters because that's like my goal. Like, I would like to have clean skin where I feel confident and I don't need to use a filter. But I've been using this filter for the last 2 days and I'm like, oh, this is addicting. My skin looks amazing.
Look at it, you're like, oh, wow, okay.
I understand why everyone's using these filters, but it is not real.
Right.
So, okay.
You also get a lot of, like, you know, celebrity skincare lines. Maybe they put their name on something, but they're actually being developed by dermatologists, people that are experts in the skin. So you kind of have to watch out sometimes for products that are just really hanging on that famous name to sell them. Not that they're all bad. I mean, there's certainly good ones, but I would not use that as the way that I picked a skincare product.
Right, right. Because we've just been talking about the face today, and I did say a little earlier that I wanted to talk about skincare products for kids.
Yeah.
Because after you have your mommy time or your self-love time, and you turn to the kids, is it important for kids to have sunscreen on 24/7 as well, or is that overdue?
So it can be a little bit much, I think, to get it on them every day, but it's really hard.
I would think that'd be very challenging. Yes.
Yeah, but I do think that one of the ways that I really like to protect my daughter's skin from the sun is with sun protective clothing. So, you know, they sell like the long sleeve shirts that have sun protection, the hats. For me, this is infinitely more, you know, is infinitely easier than reapplying sunscreen on her like every couple hours or something. When I do put sunscreen on her, because we're going to really be outside, I always use a mineral sunscreen with titanium dioxide or zinc oxide. I don't use any chemical based sunscreens on my child, and I usually don't use them for myself either. I'm sort of like a hippie. I
love it.
Like
Me too.
hippie side in there that I'm like, I don't want all the chemicals and weird stuff on my skin. I don't think any of us really know what does that all do to us over your lifetime, And so mineral sunscreens or physical blockers, they set on top of your skin, coating it, but not penetrating and causing a chemical reaction. So I actually put a couple sunscreens on the list that I love. There's one that's expensive more that I put on there called MD Solar Science. But if somebody wants to splurge on sunscreen, I love that one.
But I think sunscreen is so critical for, overall health.
And it's tinted a little bit. So if I'm just kind of going to work and I'm going to have the mask on, I'm not going to have foundation on and all that stuff, I will use that alone over moisturizer. And I feel like my skin is pretty glowy.
Okay, let me see. Oh, I don't have this. So MD Solar Sciences. Oh, it's $32, which I have to say I have in the last couple years bought more expensive sunscreen. Like I used to just walk into Walgreens and buy whatever that was on sale, or go to Costco and buy something for $10. But now with Amazon, I buy everything on Amazon, and I love it because I can take the time to really read the ingredients. So I spend a little bit more time on it, and I actually find myself gravitating to more expensive sunscreen. But then it's ending up lasting longer because you don't have to use as much of it. Because with the more affordable sunscreen, and maybe it has filler products in it, that's probably why I'm using so much. I'm using like a shot glass full of sunscreen. And here in Southern California and where you're at in Texas, it is imperative that we are wearing sunscreen all the time. So this MD Solar Sciences is $32. It might seem to some people like double the price initially, but then when you actually use it, I haven't used this yet, so I can't attest to it, but how much do you use? How much of it do you use to put on your body?
A little bit. And this one I use specifically on my face.
Okay.
I think, little goes a long way, and it's got this nice, just sheer tint, and it goes on. It's crazy. Like when you put it on, it just it absorbs in instantly. There's no oily residue. There's no greasy residue.
So nice.
Nothing. And there's no whiteness. Some sunscreens leave that cast of kind of a white sheen. That's not there at all.
And then if you take a picture, you kind of see it, like you see the sunscreen on. Yeah, I love tinted sunscreen. And also I kind of feel like it's a great substitute for like a light makeup base, like a light foundation.
Exactly what I do. Yeah.
You don't need a foundation necessarily. You can just use the tinted sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's some foundation out there that has sunscreen in it. How do you feel about that? Is it better to have a standalone sunscreen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much the foundation with sunscreen, I find it just doesn't give enough protection. Usually they'll only have like SPF 15 in there, which isn't quite enough. We want to be at least SPF 30. And even if they say SPF 30, it doesn't seem like the way that people apply their foundation provides enough coverage and enough sunblock for really being outdoors.
All right, so quick, I said we would give shout outs to people who are following us. Nancy Martin started following us.
Yay!
Thanks, Nancy. Thank you so much. Woo. Send me a DM on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm at Crystal Fambrini. And where can we find you, Kristina?
I'm at Dr. Kristina Collins, and people are always welcome to shoot me questions, comment on a post, to ask a question. I try to repost with answers when I do get them. So
nice. And then I also have in the chat, this popped up, it says, if you guys want to ask questions, comments, suggestions, or just to say hi, remember to follow us at Sway on desktop or mobile at swaytvfollow.com. And then of course, all the products that we're talking about today are in the carousel. So you can shop the carousel for the products, your selection, which I think is huge. I also have a shopping list in there, Rock Solid with Crystal Fambrini. And we have a selection from Sway TV today of our top 40 products. So, I love online shopping. It's so easy. Got to make sure to check it out.
Online shopping. It sounds so fun.
It's the best. And Amazon's the best because you can just buy it, and then if you don't like it, you can return it. They're so good with their returns, or if there's any issues. I feel very confident shopping on Amazon for that reason. Like going outside of Amazon, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Back in the day, I always used to, and I love shopping at Nordstrom because I feel very comfortable with their return policy.
Right.
And it's the same thing with Amazon. I'm like,
Are you indecisive? You're changing your mind.
It's not that I'm indecisive. I rarely return things. It's just I like to have that freedom. you know? I don't want to like buy it and be necessarily stuck with it if I change my mind.
I totally agree. I mean, I feel like I can't return something, you know?
Yeah, I don't like it. Like when no returns, I will never buy something that has no returns. It's just not, I just can't do it. So when we're talking about sunscreen, and we did mention this earlier about how important it is to put it on your neck, to put it, I assume, on your shoulders, to put it on, I just gotta, emphasize this, the top of your hands, because I feel like people forget.
Ooh.
And what about the ears? Because I do put it on my ears, and I feel silly putting it on my ears every day.
No, it's good to put it on the ears.
Okay.
People get skin cancer at their ears all the time.
Oh gosh.
I spend a lot of time removing skin cancer from people's ears. I would definitely put it on there.
Okay, put it on your ears. And then I never thought of this before, but I might as well ask you now that I'm here with you and I have this opportunity. Are we supposed to be putting these products over our eyelids?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! I've never put these products over my eyelids. Okay, wait. What? Back up.
Yeah. I would. So they do make sunscreens that are specific for the eye area. I've never gotten into that. That's
too complicated.
It's just like I can't. I've got to make a line somewhere, and that's where I've decided to make the line. So I just use regular sunscreen all over, and I think the tinted ones, it's a great base even for your eyeshadow. All right. It almost like primes.
This is, again, just like I've learned a lot about the vulva, self-love for the vulva with skincare that you're going to come back and talk to us about with your line when it's on Amazon. That was a big wow for me. Washing your face twice with 2 different products is a big wow for me that I've learned from you today. And putting my sunblock over my eyelids, I have learned today. Yeah. I'm trying to say this not only for people watching, but also I want to get it into like my being. So I actually do this. Now, what about, nighttime routine? Am I supposed to be putting moisturizer over my eyelids as well?
Yes, I do, because that's an area of skin where you definitely want to fight signs of aging. We get more lid laxity. We get some crepiness of the skin around. So definitely that area benefits from use of the products.
I mean, is this am I having like a Jessica Simpson blonde moment? Like, is this like something that everyone does and I just missed the boat on this? Because I've literally never thought of putting anything on my eyelids before besides makeup.
Wow. Well,
wow.
Thank God we talked.
Thank God you were on this show. I need a moment.
So I use my eye cream the eye cream is the part that I do under and over my eyelids.
Okay.
So that's how I do it. I usually, sometimes my general moisturizer, I kind of take it down, but usually it's more the eye cream that I sort of do around my eyes.
All right. I love it.
At night you do the double cleanse. You want to use another serum. So remember, with the day serum, we went towards something with antioxidants. We wanted something protective from environmental toxins or heat or whatever, UV. So that's what we were doing with the day serum. And there's a few on the list that they can check out. And then at night, I would do a serum that has properties that would help you with anti-aging potentially. I think looking for products at night that have retinol in them, that's the key, right? So retinol is kind of the big time anti-aging skincare component that absolutely everyone who can tolerate it should use. And I say who can tolerate it because some people have trouble with retinol because it can be drying to the skin, it can be irritating to the skin. Whenever you're starting to use a retinol cream or serum for the first time, I would start doing it like every couple of days instead of every day, and just kind of like get your skin used to it. But let's say you're somebody that you've tried to do that, but when you use retinol cream, you just get dry and, peely. There's a couple solutions you could do. One, you could use a retinol treatment as more of a mask and wash it off. Or 2, you could use something that's a little more gentle and natural. One is called Bakuchiol, and it's sort of like, they're calling it nature's retinol. Like, It's much gentler than retinol, but it has some of the same effects. So that's one option for people who just have sensitive skin, can't take the retinol. That would be a good anti-aging component to put in the night regimen.
So what do you have on the list retinol here for that? What do we have?
So for the Bakuchiol, I did the Herbivore Bakuchiol serum.
Okay, so this is in their shopping list. I don't see, what does it look like?
It's got a really like clean looking bottle.
Ooh,
like,
okay, I see it. All right, so this is $54. It's called Herbivore is the brand.
Yeah.
Okay, and so this is for evening time serum if you find that the retinol is too drying and it peels your, is too peeling. Okay.
And then I have a few retinols on the list as well. So there's
and what age should you start to use retinol? Or
it can be helpful even in the teens for acne purposes.
Okay.
And then as you get older, you're using it more for fine line purposes. So it really could be something that you use over the course of many years. And it's really one of the most studied components of skincare products. Rock is a drugstore brand that's available on Amazon that has a great retinol cream. Okay. That one I strongly recommend. It's ROC, Rock.
Oh, I saw this. Is this pretty bottle? Oh, yeah. And it comes in capsules. Okay, I'm gonna get this. This is very affordable. Only I don't know why I get scared. I think everything you're gonna recommend is gonna cost like $150 each. You're actually gonna end up saving me money because this is only $21.
Really good skincare products that do everything. Actually, a few of my favorite kind of budget brands are the Ordinary. It's great. They've got really, really low cost. I mean, $10 for different things. Youth to the People is pretty reasonable. And it's one that people might not know about yet. Roche Posay, we mentioned with the sunscreen, they have amazing sunscreen products and also cream moisturizer products. And then, standards like Netrogena and Cerave and Olay, those brands, they have very well-studied skincare products that have been backed by a lot of evidence and, a lot of dollars. Like these big companies have spent a lot of time developing these products and they are really good for the price. So
when we
those
talk
are
about
my favorite.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. So when we talk about the ROC retinol, it comes in 30 capsules. So you use one capsule per treatment, right? Each night, one capsule a night?
So the one that I sent over isn't in the capsules. It's just in a cream. But I'm assuming it's the same thing, probably. They might have been able to put it in a capsule.
Got it.
Yeah. So you would just use it at night. Actually, retinol gets inactivated by UV. So it's kind of like a waste to use it in the morning.
Okay. Oh, that's really good tip.
Another thing that you can look out for is making sure to pair your retinol at times with, again, like the peel pads, some sort of acid treatment, because you're going to want to exfoliate some of that outer, slough that outer dead skin, and then the retinol can penetrate the cells better to have more effects, basically.
So you clean your face twice with 2 different products. You then use the pad a couple times a week. You then use the retinol, not necessarily every night, right? You just can use it like once a week or a couple times a week. You build up to it. You wouldn't want to start if you haven't ever used retinol before using it every single day. You want to be gentle with yourself. Okay, all right. And then you're putting on the moisturizer and the eye cream and the neck cream.
I have dry skin. My skin is always too dry. I think I need to drink more water.
Yes.
I'm never drinking enough water. But
I'm always drinking water. I'm gonna grab some right now.
That's so good. For me, I like to use a serum, maybe a hyaluronic acid serum, maybe something with like niacinamide. And then I use that serum, and then that would be underneath my moisturizer at night, something that's going to help lock in moisture. And then I personally like to use a really emollient moisturizer, something that keeps my dry skin feeling really smooth. One kind of splurge that I wrote on there is the SkinCeuticals Triple Lipid. It's expensive, but it's one of my favorites.
So many influencers, famous people, I've seen this on like the best of list in magazines and everything. Yeah, this one's really well known.
really good that are much cheaper. Like you could go with the Cerave PM. That's a night moisturizer. Has great components and it feels really moisturizing. And then an oldie but a goodie, Olay Regenerist. I love that stuff. It's been there for a long time. Lots of loyal customers. It feels great on the skin, and you really have kind of like a dewiness when you're using it. So that's one of my favorite that aren't totally out of the budget.
Wow, this is great. Yeah, this is a great list. This is very, I mean, it's a lot of products. Like even when I say it again, like, okay, this is what we do, it's a lot of work. Do men do the same regime? I mean, because
they should, but they don't.
Some do, some do.
My own husband, I'm like, honey, you have to put lotion on your face. No.
And now, so stay tuned for Sway TV on Amazon Live all day for our complete broadcast lineup. I'm so happy to have you on the show. I have a couple more questions for you. I'm going to give you one more break as we reset the room for new people that are watching. So make sure to drink that water. We're having a water break.
Charger.
You need a charger?
I'm going to go grab it really fast.
Take a couple minutes. Take a couple minutes. I know we're going longer, but if you don't mind.
I'm good.
Okay, I'm personally loving this conversation. I hope you guys watching are enjoying this conversation. I'm learning so much. I hope you're learning so much about skincare and how we can look and feel our best. It's very empowering to take control of our beauty, to take control of our skin. It's really the foundation for then if we want to put makeup on or if we want to go makeup free. And so make sure to follow us at swaytvfollow.com. Once again, I'm Crystal Fambrini, and this live show on Sway TV is called Rock Solid with me, Crystal Fambrini, where we explore how to live our best, most rock solid lives. And today we have on a leading skincare expert in America, Dr. Kristina Collins. She went to Harvard. She's a power mama. She has her own business that she started 1 month before the pandemic. She's going to have her own product line coming out this summer. We have to have her back on. It's going to sell here on Amazon. And she is just sharing her knowledge where I'm loving it. So if you guys have any, I'm just going to keep her on for about 15 more minutes because I know she's a very, very busy woman. So I so appreciate her jumping on today. We lucked out. We lucked out. So if you have any questions, jump in the chat, ask a question. Also follow us. We're giving shout outs to people who are following us. Let's see. We talked about skincare. I do want to talk about, we jumped into a little bit about kids, how it's important, that they wear sunscreen and it's more mineral based, but more real life mom talk. It's probably easier to just wear like clothing that keeps them covered and hats and such. And now I just want to talk about the men really quickly. And like all these products can be used for men. But what do you find like with your clients that like how many products on average do the men use? Like what's realistic?
I would say, it used to be that men just weren't doing this stuff, but I've actually seen a lot more interest from men in terms of what can I do to take care of my skin. I'm getting a lot of male patients who, they've decided to start doing the eye cream, the moisturizer, the sunblock, the face wash. They're doing the regimens. And a lot of these products, are fragrance free, which I think is a big thing for a man. They don't want to put cream on their face and then they find out, oh my gosh, this is scented and I smell like I'm wearing perfume or something.
Right.
There's several lines out there that have started kind of male subsets of products where they're really geared in marketing towards men. And I think in those products overall, you're going to see the lack of fragrance, quick absorption, easy to use. A lot of my male patients like the sunscreen sticks and things that are like just a little bit more convenient. Basically ways to take that routine and just make it even faster.
Nice. Oh, my mom's in this again. I love it. She asked, how do I see the full 40 product list? All right, that is a good question for shopping on here. So you go to, let's see. I would assume you're on here. She's watching the video. You go to Sway TV. I'm looking right now. I see us on here on Amazon Live. We're so cute. We're so cute. We're so cute. And then I see the products to the right that I picked. Those are some of my products that I picked. And then we have guest, which is you, Dr. Kristina Collins. We see her list, which is visible right there, Mom, if you see her list. And then for the 40 products for today that Sway TV is picking, I believe it's, okay, so if you scroll down, you'll see guest on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side is shop the show, let's sway. And those are the products. We have all these lists, all these shopping lists. So answer those questions.
Yummy.
So going back to what you were saying about men, I thought that was a great takeaway, especially if you wanted to buy like your partner or a guy something, a present for Valentine's Day, and maybe you're going on a trip or just, you know, some self-love for him. You get the sunscreen sticks.
Yeah.
I liked that.
And what's funny about guys in skincare, I feel like a lot of times they're embarrassed to sort of like start checking it out. You know, they sort of feel weird when they go to buy it or they're researching it online. But I feel like once they do it, they get really into it.
Yeah.
And I can understand that because, you know, as a guy, there's not a lot to their getting ready routine, right? They can't wear, they can wear makeup, but they usually don't, right? So, you know, all they have is really their skin and how their skin looks. And so I think even for guys, especially, skincare is even more important in some ways because their skin is totally showing.
Nice.
All the time. That I can't, like, fancy hair and makeup isn't covering it. So
I love that. And what about for the lips, like protecting your lips?
They make sunscreens that are specific for lips. You can put your regular sunscreen on your lips. I love Aquaphor for lips. Aquaphor is just kind of like a Vaseline-y type of material. It's really thick. Aquaphor is great to have on hand for your lips moisturizing. Also, if you have really dry hands or cracked hands with all the hand washing, Aquaphor is kind of like the way to go. Dermatologists recommend it all the time. It's great for a little cut on the skin or anything like that. So definitely Aquaphor is something to add to the just arsenal of things you might have on hand at your house.
Yes, I love it. Thank you so much for taking the time to put together this shopping list. I so appreciate it. I'm going to be checking it out all week. I'm definitely going to buy these products, and I hope people watching have learned a lot. I want to jump into a little bit about you. Why did you decide, you know, what drew you to your profession? When did you know that this is what you wanted to do?
Well, you know, it's funny. It's I would say when I was a little girl, I would say, I'm going to be a doctor, you know, but then of course, as I was getting older, I kind of like, oh, what if I do this? What if I do that? And I kind of floated my ideas down different paths. Or what if I went, you know, try to imagine yourself in different professions. But I kind of always just kept coming back to wanting to be a doctor. I just loved the idea of helping people, interacting with people. There's just a special experience between doctors and patients, right? A special relationship. And I just really liked that. I liked that feeling that going to work every day, I'd be helping somebody. And then in med school, you know, I liked like everything. I was like the last person in my class to pick what I was going to do. The dean of students actually like called me into the office and he's like, you're the only one that hasn't picked what you're going to apply to for residency. You have to pick like now. And it was really hard for me to pick because I would think how many things I would have liked a lot of different things in medicine, but I ended up really liking my specialty because I do a subset of dermatology called, which is procedural dermatology and Mohs micrographic surgery. So most of my day is doing surgical procedures or cosmetic dermatology procedures. And I love that. I love working with my hands. I like the instant gratification of like, someone comes in with a problem and in general, I can solve it right then and there. And that feels really good. I meet a ton of interesting people and I actually do the microscope work. So I'm the surgeon and the pathologist during the Mohs micrographic surgery procedures. So there's a lot of variety, right? Like on one hand, I'm talking to the patient, getting them ready for surgery. On the other hand, I'm looking at the slides under the microscope. Then I have to be creative in the way that I, you know, put their skin back in place after their surgery to the way I do my sutures and the repair work. And then of course with cosmetic stuff, it's fun, right? It's like, I feel like I go to work and I'm like basically having like a girl's day out. Like, is someone paying me to do this? I can't believe it. So it feels like, I mean, the cosmetic dermatology stuff is all just fun stuff. But I think if you're a girly girl, you're probably already interested in to some degree. I know I am a kind of a girly girl. And so these things that I'm doing that I'm actually, calling work, a lot of times they don't feel like work. They're really fun.
And that's one of the secrets of success, right? Find a job that doesn't feel like work, that you truly love. And that's what you're doing. So now, and then my next question for you is, how do you find balance? Because you do, you're a doctor, you also now are CEO of your own business, you're going to have your own product line, you're a wife, you're a mom, you're a best friend, you're a daughter. I mean, I'm sure there's other things that you do, the list goes on and on. What's your secret to success and balancing on day to day?
What's balance?
Ooh, gotcha.
I make a conscious effort to have balance. And sometimes that's harder than others, right? So I'm constantly just reminding myself to take time to enjoy myself, to have a date night with the husband, to really drop electronics, and when I get home to focus on my child and give her my eye contact and my undivided attention, right? Because when you have a lot of things going on, it's really easy to fall into the pattern of just, you're kind of doing everything but you're kind of not focused on any one thing, right? So you're checking your phone or trying to send an email while you're talking to your spouse or while you're trying to play with your kid. And that's something that I really try not to do. So, I will put my phone down when I walk in the door. You just force yourself to do it, basically. And my mentor that taught me how to do my surgical subspecialty, she was kind of like a mom figure to me. I mean, she is just like my mom in terms of like so kind, always says the right thing, calm. And she had told me that was what she felt was a secret to a happy life and a successful career, was to, when you're at work, think about work. Don't be, checking everything at home. You have to rely on the people that are, taking care of your kids, or the educators that are taking care of your kids, to do the right thing during the day. And then when you get home, stop thinking about work and to be present for your family. And she had 4 kids herself, so she was really, really good advice there. Sometimes it's easier said than done, right? If you have a really busy week and you just have too much going on. But I think just deciding to log off at some point in the day is so important for everyone's sanity, health, all that stuff.
So to be mindful with your day and where you put your attention. And how do you do that now with so many distractions? We have more distractions than ever. I mean, we're in a unique opportunity right now because we're in a pandemic, so we have the opportunity to slow down for some people, but not necessarily for everybody. I mean, you still have a thriving business and you still have kids to feed and a husband to, all this stuff. So how do you, it's good to know that it's important to be mindful and to have these, these things in place for you, but how do you, like, if you find yourself off course, what do you do to reset to make sure that you're always, in that mindful mode?
I meditate every day.
Okay.
So I'm really into that. I meditate every night before I go to bed. Even if I only have 10 minutes or something, then I'll do it for 10 minutes. But I find that by having a daily meditation practice, I'm more in touch with what my own needs are, and from there can really assess the ways in which I may be out of balance, right? Or you just can gain some mental clarity. I think it's really important that if you want to have balance and peace and, everything in your life, all that really starts within yourself. So that's something that I started doing about 5 years ago. And I would say it's been really, really important for me. And it's a time that I always kind of protect. is that time to meditate.
10 minutes in the evening at nighttime.
Yep.
before you go to sleep, or before you go into bed? Okay. And then do you do it in the morning as well, or just in the evening time?
So I want to do it in the morning as well, but I'm not able to get up any earlier.
So that's fine. So, you got to do what works for you. We all have to find our own way that's realistic. And when you do your 10 minutes, are you listening to an audio program, or is it quiet?
I used to get on YouTube, and I would do like guided meditations from YouTube. They're great. I put on headphones. Now I just meditate with no background noise at all. I would say after I'd been meditating for like a year or two, that just felt more natural, just to do my own kind of internal meditation. And I have a bunch of them memorized at this point that I kind of walk myself through. But everybody's different. I think if you're somebody who has trouble with meditating, your thoughts are always like ding, 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 ding. And it's hard to get into that place of calm and presence. I think some of the apps can be super helpful. Like Headspace, for example, is really, really easy to use. And it really just guides you through so that you can kind of baby step into meditation.
And I actually bought on Amazon Music. I tell everybody about this, and I actually got this tip from my therapist friend. There's like meditation music, and there's affirmation music, and I'll have to add that to my shopping cart the next time. But I like listening to this one, like I Am Gratitude, and it's just like a 10 minutes, and it's beautiful music, and they keep saying I am gratitude, and what are over and over again, and it just puts you in the right vibe. I was listening to it in Los Angeles when there was traffic, and I'd be driving and like sitting in traffic. I would put on Amazon Music the I Am Gratitude song. It would completely shift me.
I can only imagine the traffic. Oh, that's the pandemic. The traffic has been like gone.
Yes, I know. They say it's going to be like this for a couple more years, which is amazing. And then everything is connected. When you're mindful and you're feeling good about yourself, when you feel like your life is aligned, when you feel like you're living your purpose, it really shows up in your face, and it shows up on your skin, and that inner beauty gets to shine.
It really does, Crystal. I'm glad you said that, because it's so important. Your inner state absolutely shows on your skin. And I think, we talk about beauty from the inside out, and it's so true. Sometimes people think that sounds like kind of woo-woo, and I get that, but we know that your inner mental state affects your skin. And how do we know this? When you're stressed because you're about to get married, or you have a dance to the prom, or whatever, when you're a kid, or, whatever stress situation or big meeting, what do you get? Big zit, right? A cold sore. People get cold sores when they're stressed. When people are stressed, things like rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, they flare. These are skin conditions. So we absolutely know that we have an intuitive knowing that what's happening inside our brains affects our bodies, but we can actually see that on the skin, right? I mean, so while it sounds woo-woo in some ways, it is absolutely true that mental health is so important, not only just for the world, the universe that's inside your brain, but also it's part of beauty.
I love it. I am so thankful to have you on today. This is a great way to start our Monday. Mindfulness matters. Take care of your skin. We have so many great takeaways. Tadeo just started following us. Tadeo, I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. So thank you, Tadeo. And for those watching, make sure to follow Sway TV, follow.com. Dr. Kristina Collins of Austin Skin. She's coming to us live from Austin, Texas. Thank you so much. Tell us one more time, everyone that's watching can know where to follow you.
Yes, on Instagram at Dr. Kristina Collins.
Perfect.
And Austin Skin Physicians is my practice as well.
Yeah, so we can also, book an appointment with her. And if you don't have the opportunity to see her in person, she's going to have her own skincare line coming out this summer. So we're going to have her back on to talk about that. And also, thank you so much for taking the time to create a shopping list for us. And you gave us, this shopping list is amazing. I feel like this is like VIP shopping list that we would see on like one of those like fancy beauty sites or something. But, but it's right here. We get it here. So thank you so much.
All through Amazon.
Yes.
2-day shipping.
That's right. That's right.
Give me that.
And, I ask every single person this question. I have a podcast called Rock Solid with Crystal Fambrini, where it's how to be your best self, your most rock solid self. And all the guests that I have on, I ask, what's your, how do you define rock solid? What does it mean to you to have a rock solid life?
Wow, that's a great question. I would say a rock solid life, I think of the fact that it has to have a strong foundation. And I think that strong foundation is the inner strength within yourself. It's that clarity within yourself. I always believe that if you want to change the world, you change your own thinking. And so I would say a rock solid life is one where you're taking the time to build your inner strength and just be true to your highest self.
Love it. All right. Thank you so much for being on the show. I so appreciate it.
It's so nice to see you. I want to reach through and squeeze you.
I know. Digital hug.
Yes. The next time you're in Austin, you have to come by and see me.
I have to.
I'll give you a million skincare goodies.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
Yes. Have the best day. Okay, guys, what did you think about her? Let me know what you thought about that. I just loved having her on. I'd love to have her back on the show. Her shopping list is amazing. So let us know in the chat what you thought. If you have any questions, I'm going to be going in a couple minutes, but before I go, it's just you and I right now. I just wanted to walk you through a couple things. First, make sure to follow swaytvfollow.com. Doing shout outs for everyone that's following. I really appreciate everyone that's been following us. So swaytvfollow.com. And if you want to watch this or show this to friends afterwards, you can go to swaytvreplay.com. This video should be up for the next 2 weeks because I know there's so many good takeaways. I learned so much. And if you forget or want to review, you can go to shoptvreplay.com and learn all the great takeaways that Dr. Kristina Collins said. Also, we have the Sway TV podcast, and there's a PS5 giveaway on February 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And now I would like to go to the Sway TV page on Amazon and just go really quickly. We don't have much time, but I wanted to just go through a couple different shopping lists here. So we have the guest list, which was, they just said I have time. We have the guest list, which was Dr. Kristina Collins, and she really spent a lot of time putting this list together, and it's a wide variety of products. I cannot say how good this is. I mean, skincare products on Amazon, you do not have to spend a lot of money. She has price points from $10 to $15, and so there's something here for everyone, which I love. And then let's see what else. Oh no, it says rock bottom with Crystal Fambrini on this. It's supposed to say rock solid. We shall fix that. So this is live. So if you're watching this live, it's rock bottom, which is not what rock solid is all about. We do not want to be hitting rock bottom. We want to be rock solid, strong foundation so we can rise and live our best life. That's kind of funny. Also, do you guys see here? I have my crystal necklace on. My name's Crystal, and we have the Rock Solid show. It's kind of doing a little bit of a theme here. I actually made this necklace. I mean, I just found this in downtown LA, and then I just put a little heart chain on it. Simple, easy. I like it. So can't find this one thing you can't find on Amazon, right? But let's look at my list real quick. And when I come back, I'll have this list again. These are just some of this is actually, it didn't take me much time to put together this list. I just went into my Amazon.com recent orders and just copied and pasted what I actually buy. So these are things that I actually use all the time. And this soy nail polish remover, I spent like a couple hours trying to find this by Ella and Milla. I love this because they come in separate, they're wipes and they're individually wrapped. So when I'm on the go, I can just grab one and I put one in my purse, or if I'm traveling, I'll always take one with me, and they work really well. I personally like to use organic, toxic-free nail polish. I keep my nails really natural, and so I'll find my nail polish, my toxic-free nail polish on Amazon, and with it, there's some pluses and minuses. The pluses is supposed to be healthier for you. There's not all those like scary chemicals in it. The negative is that it does take a little bit longer to dry when you're using this type of nail polish, but that's okay. I don't have any issues with that. And then when you take the nail polish off, sometimes this nail polish that's more like natural, it's kind of a lot harder to take the natural nail polish off, but these wipes I find are amazing. And the trick with these wipes, and this took me a second to adjust to this, is you put the wipe on your 10 fingers and 10 toes, and then you let it, you wipe your nails, and then you let it sit there for like 30 seconds. It's like soak in, and then you go back and it just comes right off. So at first I hadn't like read the directions, and I was just starting with the wipes on each nail, and it wasn't really working. So I was like, what happened? And I did a lot of research on this, and so many people and so many beauty experts had recommended this product. And then I realized, oh, you're supposed to put it on each nail first, wait for 30 seconds, have patience, and then it comes right off. So now I love them. I really honestly don't travel anywhere without one of them in my bag. Because I don't want to break down. They're hard to find, and I don't want to break down and go to the store and then get like acetone nail polish. It just, for me, just ruins the whole reason of trying to have toxic-free ingredients. And now I'm going to go back to my list. Let's see how, oh, that's coming up. Oh, there you go. You can see it. It's cute. All right, let me go back. Boom. Is it working? Is it working? I don't know if it's, let's see. I'm having to go back. Oh, here we go. All right, now it's going back. And oh, these are great. I like these. Again, portable, on the go if I'm traveling. I love these tan towels. They're individually wrapped, super easy. One is, it's only, you can buy them for like half body or full body. So these are the half body ones, because you do not, and it works for me for half of my body. So I'm not using one for my entire body, but I think it's great for, once a week, once every 2 weeks, I'll just put it on my stomach or my arms. And because I use the tinted moisturizer, like Dr. Kristina Collins recommended, I find just using these on, the areas close to my face just helps everything match. So I like these. And I like everything in packets, so it's like easy to go. Oh, I have the Mason Pearson brush, which I brought with me. I bought this like maybe 2 months ago. I've used the bigger version of this for years, probably my whole life. Now I have the travel one. I love it. They last for years. So this is an investment brush. I highly recommend it. And then you can see like the shampoo that I use. And this shampoo, not only does it have like a really cute bottle, it's called R & Co Gemstone Color Conditioner and Shampoo. I mean, look how cute that is. I mean, obviously my name's Crystal. I have an affinity towards crystals. I'm wearing a crystal. It's called Gemstone. So I really identify with this, but that is not why I got it. That was just all like a bonus. Actually, my hairstylist recommended this to me because again, it doesn't have harsh chemicals in it. So if I highlight my hair, if you dye your hair, it's gonna keep the color in, it's not gonna strip your hair. And so she was telling me it's really important to use products like this that don't have like sulfate free. They're just like healthier, it's healthier for your hair. So, and I think they're really cute. I enjoy looking at them so the bottles are a plus, but that's not why, it's actually the ingredients. And it lasts a really long time. I just use like a little bit. So they're smaller bottles, but again, when you're buying these beauty products that have really good ingredients in them, there's not a lot of filler, so you don't need to use a lot of the product. So while it might seem like, oh, it's double the price and half the size of maybe something else that I typically use, it's kind of the same when you think about it, because even though it's it's half the size of the bottle doesn't really make a difference because it's the amount that you're using. So you're not using that much and it really lasts a long time. Not only that, I find myself I wash my hair twice a week. So when I'm using shampoo that maybe has not as good ingredients in it, I find I need to wash my hair like daily or every other day. So, which is not as good for your hair. It's, it's a little bit harder on your hair. So that's another bonus to it. But I have a lot of things on this list. I have my Elta skincare products. I have some lotion. I have some books that I just bought and that I've read before that are on my favorite book list, and one that I want to get. One of the books on here, you'll notice, this one I have not ordered yet. I'm going to order this. If anyone's ordered this and you're watching and you've read it, please let me know. It's Amanda Gorman. As you know, she's like the hot poet right now. She spoke at the inauguration and she's speaking at the Super Bowl. So congrats to her. And Oprah, gave her like a ring to wear at the inauguration. She vouches for her. And as soon as she spoke at the inauguration, her popularity just skyrocketed. It was just announced like a week ago that IMG Models, which is one of the biggest model agencies in the world, has signed her. She's 22 years old. She has a gorgeous face. She is a superstar. She is on the map and she is going to be here for a very long time. She's beautiful inside out. She's soulful. I can't wait to see what type of model campaigns she's going to do. They're going to be powerful. Maybe she will do like Dove or something, like Real Women. I don't know. I see her doing a lot of stuff. And this is her book, The Hill We Climb. I want to read about this because Amanda Gorman's powerful and historic poem, The Hill We Climb, read at President Joe Biden's inauguration, is now available as a collectible gift edition. Yeah, this is one of those things that you buy one, you actually buy two, because you want to keep it for yourself, and then you want to buy one and give it to, a girlfriend, especially for like Valentine's Day is coming. I'm a big like Galentine's Day supporter. Galentine's Day is the day before Valentine's Day, where you honor your girlfriends, or you honor your mom or your sister. You honor all the goddesses in your life. This is the perfect book for that. I can't say enough. I'm gonna have to buy this for myself later. I'm excited about this book. And it's also not a surprise at all. It's #1 right now on Amazon's bestseller list. So this woman is on fire, and I am all about supporting young, powerful role models, female leaders. We have so much more in store to watch with her. It's really exciting. And when you go back, let's see, what else do I have here? So then I have Matthew Hussey's Get the Guy. I love Matthew Hussey. He was a roommate of mine for a short time when he first came here to the United States, and I got to go on daily walks with Matthew where he gave me his wisdom. And I read this book. I have it, I'm going to keep this book forever, really, because I just love Matthew. I think he really is like what you see online is what you get. He is so transparent, so authentic, gives really good advice. And so this is a great book because it's, we're in February, the month of love. And if you're feeling lonely, get this book. It's a great book to read and something you'll keep forever. And I'm going to go back. There's one other book I want to highlight on here. Let me go back. It's, I've had this book on my bookshelf for about 20 years. Oh, they fixed it. It's now rock solid with Crystal Fambrini again. Whew, phew. All right, this book is great for anyone at any age. Again, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you've read it, read it again. It's one of those books you break out and you read every couple years, and it's a game changer book. The first time you read it, I highlighted my book. I took notes. It was very inspiring. And the sub-headline here is, What the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not. So this is a powerful book to get control of your finances. And right now, when we're in a pandemic, we don't know what's happening in the world. Yes, the stock market is going really well right now, but who knows what's happening tomorrow. So finances and feeling like you're in control of your finances is more important than ever. So if you have the time to, take a look at this book, highly recommend it. And I'm a book person. You can also download these books, electronically on a Kindle, or you can do an audio version. I personally like books. That's just me. I just like the pages. And also it gives my eyes an opportunity to rest, because I'm constantly on my laptop. I'm constantly on my cell phone. So I just like to switch it up a bit. And the last book on the list that I'm going to highlight on my shopping page, we're going to go back to it in a moment, but I actually have it here, and it's called Anxious. I haven't bought this yet. I haven't read this yet. I just bought it. It just arrived a couple days ago. And the reason why I bought this book is I was in this new app, this social media app called Clubhouse, and everyone was talking about it. I jumped into this conversation, and it was about like anxiety and how to take control of your anxiety and how to, not let fear lead you in life. And people were just saying that this is the book to read. And it says, using the brain to understand and treat fear and anxiety. So it's called Anxious. I feel like everyone should read this book right now, right? Who is not having to deal with fear and anxiety during a pandemic? Gosh, 2020 for sure. This book was written for that. But the book has been written for a long time. It's been very successful. So, and there's other things on my shopping list that I will get back to. I'm going to keep this up for a while. And next time when I'm back, maybe I'll keep these things on here, because this is like my shopping items that I'll buy every couple months. This is just like it, and I'll add some more items to it. And again, you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. And my handle is all the same, @CrystalFambrini. And you can also follow swaytvfollow.com. And thank you so much for being here today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I so appreciate you taking time out of your Monday to hang out with us. I hope we left you a little bit more inspired to go out and tackle the day. I hope you feel better about your beauty routines. I'm all about having inspiring people on the show that we can all learn from and have conversations together. So if you have more questions for Dr. Kristina Collins, you can also DM them to me, and I will keep them for next time that we have her on the show, and I will definitely ask them. Wasn't she just so great? I found her to be so inspiring. And again, if you are live and you just joined us right now, this will be available in the replay. So if you're like, what is she talking about? What did I miss? Don't worry. You can go to swaytvreplay.com and you can rewatch it. So thank you so much for spending time with me, and hopefully I'll see you guys later.
Make sure you guys follow Sway TV. Follow Sway right here. Ooh, it's this way, sorry. Corey says, thank you, Sway TV. Shakira says, thank you, Sway. Yes, guys, it is so much fun. We love Sway TV.
So grateful for you guys and for Sway TV.
We'll see you soon. Until then, let's sway.
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 Let's sway.